Expelliarmus. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Real Reds Talk, a fan channel that represents the most authentic, genuine fans, and that's including yourselves, of course. This is your breaking news show, and my voice is still breaking slightly. It's a little bit better, but we're building blocks and we're slowly getting there. So hopefully it isn't too horrible to listen to. The topics tonight that we are going to discuss: Potter to cast a spell over Old Trafford, and he's going to need a fucking wand at this point to sort this mess out at Manchester United. We're also going to discuss Jadon Sancho and his imminent exit. We've got some news about a new striker that I want to talk about that I personally know fuck all about, but I don't know about the lads. And we've got some interactive stuff planned towards the end as well. So whether you're Hufflepuff, Slytherin, Gryffindor, I think it's Gryffindor, or Ravenclaw, leave a like on the video and let's jump into it. I've got a quick fact for you lads.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Since Sir Alex Ferguson retired in 2013, Manchester United have recouped a total of 480 million euros. That's it.
Yeah.
So that's selling players in total. Just for comparison, Benfica doubled that.
Yeah.
Chelsea doubled that. And Atletico Madrid have doubled that. And we're I think 36th on the list for selling players. We just cannot sell players at the right price. And that kind of leads me into the first topic. I want to talk about the man of the myth, the man of the hour, should I say, Graham Potter. Lots of news and speculation surrounding him, lads. Something coming out from Sky Sports before. Graham Potter is expected to be high on Manchester United's shortlist of managerial candidates once Ineos are running football operations, if they decide to part company with Erik ten Hag. My question is, lads, and anyone can kind of chime in on this first bit. Based on fucking what? Based on what will Graham Potter do well? Please tell me. Please have kind of any argument that you want.
He finished 9th or 10th or 11th with Brighton one season. Came to Chelsea after, Chelsea sacked pretty much one of their most successful managers in quite some time. Came in for like a 6-month period. Had a horrible first 4 months. Then a January window or something rolled in where he, got the players he pretty much wanted, I think. They spent around 500 or 700 million on players like João Felix, Enzo Fernandez, and a lot, loads of players, Modric and all coming in. People expected results to change. They got even worse. And then he got sacked. Then Frank Lampard came in. So, from what I'm seeing, United probably like the idea of finishing, the whoever it is, like the idea of, fighting for that 9th or 10th position right now. So maybe that's the credibility they're going for.
It's a bizarre one, isn't it, Dan? Because this report kind of extends and it says Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Sir Dave Brailsford can see beyond Graham Potter's failure at Chelsea, where he lasted less than a season, and think he is of the right calibre and mindset to carry out long-term rebuilding job at Manchester United if Erik ten Hag cannot improve results on the field.
If Erik ten Hag cannot work this team out, then definitely I believe Graham Potter cannot do anything better with this team, because you see, the problem is not with the manager. The same players have been playing in the era of Mourinho, and then Van Gaal is also, we have few players, and then Ole, and then now Ten Hag, and even between Ragnick. So the real problem is not the manager, because we have tried it changing many managers in the last 10 years and nothing is working out. Then better deal with the players. I mean, see the problem where it actually lies, and most of the problem lies in the board side and the proper structure of the club, the sporting side of it, the decision making, the building the team. So now you see the team which we are having now is like a miscellaneous team from all the managers, and Erik ten Hag is having only his 3 to 4 players, and in that also few players were not his first priority. If you see, Amrabat was not his first priority, and Even I'm not sure about the Mason Mount, but Hoyland also he wanted some other players before. Then only he got Hoyland. So he's not having none of the managers is having the team which they wanted. But that has to go past. But changing a manager will never bring us up in this team. The problem lies elsewhere. So even the next manager will have the same set of players, and we will be seeing the same set players playing the same football.
Yeah, he's certainly not going to have the amount of funds that he had available at Chelsea anyway. I think that's very unlikely, given our current situation anyway. Connor, this is a guy who's, never won a trophy, I don't think, or any significant trophies. He's failed at Chelsea. He did a good job at Swansea and Brighton, but so have many managers. You might as well bring fucking Brendan Rodgers in at this point if you're just going to, hire managers on that basis. But what are your thoughts on him? Let's try, isolate them kind of bits. As a manager, do you rate him?
I don't think he's Man United level. I think he's a mid-table manager, probably at best right now. Obviously, we've seen the good work he did with Brighton, but it's still, I feel like De Zerbi took over that Brighton side and made it even better. So I think with Graham, we've seen glimpses of that, and I think because he went to Chelsea, maybe it was a too soon sort of move. But it went shambles for Graham Potter at Chelsea. Obviously, he had a good start, but he came in like a bit of a bounce, and then it just went downhill from then. That's the thing with Graham Potter is, if he came in, maybe he would have a style of play that he wants to try, but the players that we have, are we going to be able to do that? And are we just going to, stick to the same players that are already playing on Ten Hag? It's kind of like, maybe we might see some more youngsters being thrown in that area. But it's like, I just, with the players that he might want to bring in too, he's going to find it difficult with the financial situation we're currently in. And also the fact that Chelsea, I don't know if they were actually going ahead with what he wanted, because it felt like Bowley was just, going for what he wanted at the start. So it's kind of hard to judge that. But yeah, I just, I'd rather have Ten Hag than Potter, because I feel like Ten Hag, he can reach a high, standard if, he does change something, but it's a hard one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's the general kind of consensus at the moment, that most people would probably rather stick with Erik Ten Hag. But Shreyas, is there a right moment to get rid of Erik Ten Hag, or just stick with him regardless, do you think?
I think even if you have to take that sort of a decision, just delay it till the next season. Give him the rest of the season. See where we end up, see how, what sort of football we played. Is there any difference as to, considering his play style approach, considering the player selections? Because I'm still going to wait out and see that when actually players like Lisandro Martinez, Casemiro, and these, Mason Mount, Christian Eriksen, when these players come in, is he still sticking with players like Scott McTominay and, bring Johnny Evans in and, these sort of players, playing Reguilon in, or playing Diogo Dalot, in consecutive games at left back or right back, just to, make him a part of a team? If that persists, when that quality of players and the players who pretty much got us to the point where we reached third last season, and he's still picking these players. 1 minute, my camera buffered. 1 minute.
Yeah, it's just about to make an important point.
The thing is, with Ten Hag, I will still give him one more year. Maybe next year, this time, we'll be able to judge him properly, because after 3 to 4 transfer window, he will have the team he wants, and there has to be a lot of changes to be done even at the team level, because a lot of players we are still having should have been long gone, but the only reason they are still here because we are unable to sell them, and the wages they are still on, nobody else is willing to buy them. So many problems Ten Hag has to face this season. Even the most dependable players is still not available for him in terms of Martinez and Varane. With Varane, he had his own problems, and then Casemiro. So these 3 to 4 players, Varane, Lisandro Martinez, Luke Shaw also is not available on a regular basis, and Eriksen, Casemiro. So these 5 players were the regular starter for Ten Hag last season. So that's where we got some good football to see. But those 5 players, minimum 5 players are missing in this season, and he's just playing those players who are a second team players, and that's where it's not ticking up or clicking up for him. But yeah, definitely we are already in the injury crisis, and you cannot blame the manager for not. I know there are some decisions he has been making wrong. Even I agree with that. But the situation in which we are today at this moment, it's not all because of Ten Hag. So there are so many factors involved in this. Maybe from the board side, all the confusion, all the controversies he has to go through, along with the players' relationships and many things. So I don't think Ten Hag deserves a sack at this moment. Maybe next season, at this point, I would, if we are still playing the same football, I would be Ten Hag out at that point.
The pending question is, though, if you don't want to play that style of football that he played at Ajax, and maybe he only was able to play that style because of the level of opposition, you look at how Aston Villa's doing now and other teams like that, Brighton, like they dominate possession in a lot of games. Not necessarily Aston Villa, but I'm saying Arsenal, City, they all do it. So he's come to this league and he said, I can't do it with Man United. I can't play that style. So why bring in Sancho? Why bring in Onana? These kind of guys? It doesn't really make sense to me if you're going down that route. Because obviously you bring in them guys to build out from the back, that kind of possession-based team. It feels like there's confusion in the players that he's gone for. Mount, to me, I thought made sense when we first signed him, because I think you'd all probably agree. You look at Christian Eriksen's deficiencies in his game, it makes up for that. The guy's a workhorse. Loads of managers have picked him consistently because he's like that. But then he comes in and you're like, now it's like, well, where's he going to play? It's just,
we still
baffling to me. There's no clear idea, I don't think. Fuck no.
We still haven't found a proper position for him to play. And that's why I feel like even when Mason Mount comes back from injury, I feel like he's just going to be back on the bench because it's like we don't really know where to play him.
Because the thing is on that as well, Connor, and you make a great point. McTominay plays there, but at least he scores the goals. Mount hasn't even got an assist or a goal yet. So it's like, I really don't know. I thought it would work out with Mount, and maybe it still will. But the question is as well, you get rid of this manager now, Shreyas, and you have 8, 9, 10 signings who Ten Hag's brought in. So then what if the next manager, what if Graham Potter comes in and goes, nope, don't want any of these players?
I think it will be a very bad situation to be in because these players have got a lot of years left on their contracts. Secondly, I think, considering that Ten Hag has got like 9 to 10 players and, he's very, very near to actually completing his squad. If you look at it in another direction, like Ten Hag can actually build a squad full of 11 players that are brought in by him. No previous era or no previous manager players. Maybe that's when we actually see this team clicking with, considering that he's changed up his approach completely from when he used to, manage Ajax in the Eredivisie. I think he still played that sort of football when he, played much, much tougher opponents in the Champions League, and it worked. It worked well against Juventus. It worked quite well against teams like Real Madrid, who are, a very serious team when it comes to, the Champions League football. So I think it has got to do with the sort of players that are at his disposal. And at Manchester United, I think the way for, if we do want him to play that possession style of football, you need very creative, you need very mobile, and you need, accurate passers of the ball in the midfield. And right now, when I look into this midfield, in any single game this season, I haven't seen us, having those crisp or accurate passes in any game. It's been very scrappy. It's been very sloppy when it comes to our passing.
Do you not feel like it's been like that though under every manager? Bar probably Louis van Gaal. It's been the same style of play under every single fucking manager. Like you can't help but be envious when you watch Arsenal, Brighton, City when they're keeping hold of the ball, the breaking line to play. You can see clear patterns, triangles on the pitch, and we're there and we get it. And McTominay's like, right, where do we go next? Do you know
exactly. And I think one of the biggest factors about this is with United, it's individual based when it comes to the way we play. Like if we actually talk about, okay, let's talk players who can actually pass on the ball, you would say Eriksen, you might even say Bruno, but after that the list ends. Maybe you say Casemiro in the odd game, but that's it. That's just 3 players. If you look at Brighton,
Eriksen's got the fucking engine of a petrol scooter, and that's the issue. He's quality on the ball, but
exactly my point. And when you look at City, and when I say who are good passers of the ball, you would say their wingers, you would say their defense, you would say that every single player. Same goes for Arsenal, same goes for Liverpool. For the way they play, they need high pressing players with loads of energy who can just, run throughout the ground, every single blade of the grass for the entire 90 minutes. And that's the sort of players they actually bring in. At United, Martinez is a good passer of the ball, but he is out. Luke Shaw is, but he is out. Varane has worked on on that side of his play a lot, but hasn't really been picked that much this season. And then you're, just left with Victor Lindelof, Johnny Evans, because Maguire is out as well right now, even though he was playing really, really well. You're left with Diego Dallo, who I think is probably in his most horrific form for United ever since that he is signed. Anthony is not a good passer of the ball at all. He doesn't pass the ball at all, pretty much. Garnacho does cross the ball. In 10 occasions, he crosses the ball 3 or 4 times. That's it. Then you're in the midfield, McTominay, let's not even get into that discussion when it comes to passing. And you're left with Amrabat, who he's just been bang average for me. Like, he's not been great, he's not been terrible, but he's been average. And for the sort of position that we signed him in, like someone to come in when Casemiro is out, he hasn't been at that level. I would say Kobe Mainoo has actually shown much more spark than Sofiane Amrabat in his tenure, up until now. And then you're left with Bruno, who I think is just completely, out of gas when he gets in the attacking third, because he's every single position of the pitch when we are not in the ball.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it begs the question for Liverpool, Dan, on Sunday. We're going to obviously do the preview for that, so try not to go into it too much. But one of our favourite journalists, Neil Custard, reported that a heavy loss on Sunday against Liverpool could be the final straw for Erik ten Hag. Do you believe that?
No, I think still he still has some more days to go. Because
or even if it's 7-0, or you think so?
But the thing is, at this point of time, I don't think Glazers have the power to sack him.
Don't have the money.
Yeah, they don't have the money at all.
They will not spend on the new manager, so that's where they want to leave everything in Ratcliffe's hand. So I don't think it will be soon announced, at least for not for this week. So I think still he has 1 or 2 to 3 weeks. But then again, you have to see the January window comes in. So the Ratcliffe might think like, why not give him another chance? Maybe see him till February, what he does with the January signings also, maybe a couple of them. So I think still he has some months in him. But yeah, even I think that there is like a blessing in disguise, because now the board is switching to a newer board, and we are playing very bad, and the new board, all the decision making has to be transferred to the new person in Ratcliffe. So I don't think the very first thing he comes in and he will sack manager. I don't think that's going to happen very soon. Maybe he'll get
they've got enough problems to kind of sort out there, rather than the manager on top of that.
Is Ten Hag, would he cost like 10 million or something if you had to sack him?
Yeah.
I think £15 million to sack him.
I can't see us doing that. That'll probably go towards that transfer kitty next season, won't it?
Yeah, well, quite literally, the summer they'll be like, oh, no, we can't do that. Yeah. Doing something ridiculous with it. That'll be like 1/7 of the summer signing, because the new manager will come in and they'll spend 120 million on a shit player.
Yeah.
Most likely.
One player.
And also, coming back to Amrabat, I still feel that he is a very good player. I mean, with a proper structure, with the proper players beside him, he can do wonders for our team. So the thing is, like, even Casemiro playing alongside McTominay looked like a very average player. Like when he goes up and Casemiro was left alone in the midfield, and so he has to fight with 3 to 4 players to maintain that passing. So I think the problem with any player you bring in that midfield and play him with McTominay, he will be looking bang average.
Yeah. I'm just going to read out a couple of comments before we get into the next topic, which will be James Sancho. Tim99 says, I'm not bothered by the Ajax answer. Are there not other good ways to play? I mean, there's different kind of styles, but you look at it, counter-attack, possession are the main ones. These intricacies, should say, in between that but they are the kind of dominant ones, and we've been counter-attacked for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
So I have that craving to see control, possession.
Right now we are playing fusion.
Yeah, we're just. It's not a hybrid. It's not counter-attack. It's not. It's just free, like literally moments.
It's just something.
That's all it is. Yeah. Lumen says Modi and Eric Ten Hag have been worse for my India and my Man United. Do you guys make sense of that? I have no idea on that reference.
Just keep going.
No, keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just need a manager who will do the simple, basic things which the fan base want. No need to nurture or coach these players. They are beyond coachable now. Start young and deserving players. But I don't think you can do that against Liverpool. I hate to be that guy, but I wouldn't want to go Anfield and be like, Palistre, Hoyland, Garnacho, all youngsters.
Kobe Menu, Dan Gore.
Piped. Oh, mate, they'll get absolutely piped. And then that will destroy their confidence for the rest of their life. They'll never forget that game.
I think this season, one thing...
Go on. A real Red Ultra member saying we lack players with intelligence and ability in the squad. Go on, Chaz.
I think this season, what's really not worked into his favor is the goalkeeper signing. I think that is one thing that has actually led to even more pressure on Ten Hag, because if Onana would have worked out, I think we would have still, stayed in the Champions League, probably could have been in a much better position in the Premier League. But I think overall, because Onana was like a priority signing for him, he got rid of David De Gea, who was arguably one of the biggest names at the club at that point of time, and he brought in a new signing in. And there were a lot of people who were against Andre Onana coming and David De Gea leaving, but they backed Ten Hag. And now that Andre Onana has come in, it's not been great at all. Like, he's gotten a ball-playing, goalkeeper, and I haven't seen one game where I would say that Onana has actually been distributing the ball or playing playing from the back, and that's actually not worked out. And I remember you saying at the start of the season as well that probably not go for Onana and just invest in Kovar, because he's looked really good. And it's those variables have just not worked in his favor, because if that 46 million or 47 million, whatever the sum we paid for him, if we could have invested it in a centre back or a midfielder, maybe we would have been in a different position.
Yeah, coming to that point, even in my list, if I would have been there in that position in the summer, buying a new goalkeeper would have been my fourth or fifth problems in the list, because you have to build first the team, then only you can buy the goalkeeper who can play in that set. And even at this moment also, you see Onana, the main reason we bought him was like to see us playing from the back, and when he came in, those defenders in whom we can depend on playing from the back in Lisandro Martinez and Varane, both are unavailable, and even in Luke Shaw. So that has
That's why keeping De Gea won't be the worst thing in the world for this season either, because I feel like the way we're playing with Onana anyway, kind of like De Gea, so it's kind of like we just kept him and then just invest in other areas until we could actually transition to that style of play.
The one thing I'll say about that though is you can't really foresee the injuries that we've had. So obviously in his mind, in Ten Hag's mind, it's like, well, last season our defence was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And we had the same consistent four. It's probably usually Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Sancho, Shaw, right? And they played a lot of games together. And then obviously behind that, David De Gea, who's a fantastic shot stopper, but playing out from the back, we all saw it in loads of games where he fucked up. So we all identified that as an issue. We said, bring in a ball playing goalkeeper. That's absolutely fine. Onana statistically was the best goalkeeper in the Champions League.
Yeah, he was definitely. Yeah.
Statistically, and for Inter Milan, fantastic. But I don't even necessarily think it's a case of capability and ability. I just think he's crumbled under the pressure.
Yeah.
I think he's made like one mistake. He's not made just one. He's made loads. But the first initial mistake that he made, after that, it was like, oh God, I don't know. People remember keepers like Barthez, Bosnich, and all these kind of guys coming in who had big reputations at the time. I mean, Barthez has won a World Cup, and they came to United, and they just could not. Even Dubravka, do you remember Dubravka last year?
Yeah.
When he came in, he had one game and fucked off because he couldn't handle the fucking.
It's the weight of the shirt. It's the weight of the shirt.
Yeah.
when the
really
season
is.
started, I actually thought that he'd be able to handle it because of the sort of personality that he has.
Character.
And when he did make that first error against Bayern Munich, he came out, he took responsibility, and it looked like, it's a blip, it happens, probably he can build on it, it sets a good tone. Then it happened again, and then again, and then again, and then, it just kept
And
on
he's had
accumulating.
8 different centre-back partnerships in front of him. The
Exactly.
wing-backs have changed every single game. There's no chemistry and no consistency there all season. So that has to have an effect.
It
And you can't
definitely
play it on
does.
the back. When you've got Maguire there, I know Maguire's good on the ball, but receiving it in possession on the half, he ain't great at it. Same likewise with Johnny Evans, very limited. Varane's relatively limited on the ball. The Sandro's your guy, and Shaw are your guys for ball progression. And they haven't been available for
I think it
huge
is.
chunk of
I
the
think
season.
that does play a big role. But barring the Prem, I think in the Premier League, some of his performances I would definitely give into that. That the partnership is changing every single game, and then you've got two fullbacks who just don't defend your back post. So it's obviously going to be very, very difficult for any keeper to actually sustain.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the Champions League, the Bayern goal, I would still say it happens. The Galatasaray game where Casemiro got sent off, I think that was on him. The Galatasaray game again, where Hakimi's Ziyech scored 2 goals from the free kick. The thing is, people will remember these 3 or these 4 games much more than the ones where he didn't really perform that well.
Yeah. Oh, Connor, do you want to? You was going to make a point, and then we'll
Yeah,
touch on
it's
Sancho.
just basically it's going to be difficult for Nana to be consistent when the whole team is inconsistent as it is with the amount of changes we make. I feel like if we had a solid back four, if we had answers there, then obviously Varane would be there with him if he could stay fit. But if we had these people in front of him, would Nana thrive under that, or we start to see that ball playing? Because I feel like Anana, we really wanted him to be that extra midfielder, really, didn't we? And if we had ball playing defenders, so it all comes down to we have to wait and see until we get the Sancho back to see if Anana will improve. But it's like at a minute we can't really rely on Anana to be consistent when everyone's been inconsistent.
Yeah.
So,
Dan, I want to touch on a player who's not even been on the fucking pitch for. I mean, I don't even know when the last time when was the last time Jadon Sancho played? I can't even remember. Has he played at all this season?
I think
Yeah.
Wolves or Tottenham. He came on last 15 minutes.
Yeah, but regardless, it's been a hot minute, Dan, since his last played, and obviously we've always known that he's going to leave, but more and more reports coming out now that he's likely, and it's getting close. I mean, what are we away from January now? Like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So potentially 2 weeks until Jadon Sancho leaves the club for good. Just reflect on his time at United for us a little bit if you can, and then. Also, has it surprised you how long this staga's gone on for between the manager and the player?
I think it has not been from the last season, because at that I think in the one moment when Jadon Sancho was suffering from his personal issues, there Ten Hag helped him out and gave him some separate time to recoup himself. But then don't know what happened, because when you have a relationship where your manager is helping you to come out of that the challenge he was facing personally, and then getting back into the season, and then you are totally having a different opinion with the managers and fighting with the managers. So it's really tough to defeat, because that was not that far from what happened to Jadon Sancho, and Ten Hag helped him out. I think that was in the month of February or somewhere that, and now in the month of August and September, it has totally gone upside down. But in seeking both the sides, I mean, one side is about the footballing terms. I don't think still Sancho has shown us the thing which he has been doing in the Dortmund, and still he has not shown us that level, and he has not even fit in this team. We have tried him everywhere, like on the left side, on the right side, and even at the 10 number. I think in the 10, when he was playing I think it was in the preseason, he was working out a bit well. But then again, at 10, we already have player in Bruno Fernandes and now also Mason Mount. So I don't think that will work out. And on the personal, I mean, the problem with Ten Hag, there is no turn and there is no going back now, because that would have been sorted long back. If there have been rumors like Sancho wants to come back, but no, mate. That's like the water has already gone up from your head, and that if he would have repented, I mean, at the beginning of what that problem initiated, at that time he could have been come drawn back into the team, and uh, but now even Ali, like he has not been so beneficial for us in the team as well. So I don't think, and he is on that deadly wages. I'm not sure where. The only place I can see that working out is Saudi. But I know that United will something come up with some loan move where we will be paying half wages of Sancho. So that would be the, I think, last option that we will see. But because the only place where he goes and we can be benefited is Saudi, because they only can afford him.
Yeah, I don't even think he'll want to go Saudi. It'll be another one of them like Marshall where they want to stay in Europe and compete or whatever kind of bollocks. Superfly saying nothing to reflect on. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But Connor, we've known about this for a while now. Like I said, did you think there would have been a resolution by now in your heart of hearts when it first initially broke the story?
I feel like it's kind of ridiculous how long it's gone for, really. In terms of Sancho was probably one of Ten Hag's, first, main people to put on the team sheet from pre-season, and then now it's like after that bust up, it's kind of like we've really seen the attitude of Sancho, and it's like, was that the sort of problem where Man City, found that out too, and that's why they shipped him off? Because obviously there is some sort of issue there with Sancho. Because obviously, didn't he get in a little bit of a issue at Dortmund at one point, and then he got back
every
into
club he's been at. So from the youth days at Watford, there was coaches questioning him on certain things. Then he went to City, pre-season tour. He wanted more game time, demanding certain things. Went to Dortmund, turned off training. People had to make sure he was arriving on time. It's happened at every club he's been at.
So that's the issue, really. So it's like Jadon Sancho has an issue that he needs to sort out. Because obviously, if you've got a happy Sancho and the Sancho that's willing to, put in the effort, then it's like you're going to have a world beater there, aren't you? So it's kind of like, it's just disappointing, because if you can get the Sancho that played for Dortmund, we're going to be fine on that right hand side or whatever. Because obviously, I don't mind into training with like the left side at times, just to like change it up now and then, but like, we really brought him in to be that right winger that we really needed, and we waited a season as well to get him, and now it's like we're going to probably lose him for nothing as well. So it's kind of like it's not really benefited us now, is it? Really?
No, it's a very sticky situation at the moment. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in January. Luminous put Potter will favour and give priority to British players. Maguire and Evans will play till eternity. McTominay will even play for both under 21s and over in every game. Shaw and Wan-Bissaka will become wingers. Well, there is this kind of narrative now at the moment with that Ratcliffe and Cole are going to focus on more kind of British-based players, which the whole kind of Sir Jim Ratcliffe stinks of like a Brexit thing. Like and we're going to put the Manchester back in United, and we're going to do this. We're going to bring British players in. Foreign players got. It's just like, have we got fucking Graham Potter as manager? Or we got Nigel Farage as manager? Like, what's going on here? It's just bizarre to me. I really, really don't understand it. But I want to talk about recruitment, Treyas, because we've been linked with a striker. I don't know if any of you lads have a fucking clue about him, because I'll be honest, I don't. I will do research on him, and I will look into his game like I always do. But apparently, Sky Sports News, it's a guy that a few clubs have been linked with, smashing it in the Bundesliga at the minute, I think. So Manchester United are monitor. I can't even say the word. So you know what word I'm going to say. I can't say it. Seru Garassi, I think his name. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation.
Yeah.
Ahead of the January transfer window. What are your thoughts on the current striker situation?
I think definitely we need someone else in who can take the pressure off Højlund as well, because it's too much pressure for just one striker who doesn't get any chances at all in any fixture. So, and we need a different profile than him as well, someone who's more experienced and someone who can allow Højlund to actually ease in and actually solidify his position in the team. With Guirassy, the thing is, this is his first season where he's been scoring. He's been posting these amount of numbers. He's been playing for Stuttgart and they've been doing relatively well this season, but there's no way that United can go in for him, because Kolo Muani had like 2 decent seasons or 1.5 decent seasons in the Bundesliga, and he went for 80 to 90 million to PSG this season. For a striker who's been posting, numbers in the Bundesliga, comparable to Harry Kane's, like he's not that far off.
Hasn't he got a release clause though?
I don't think so. And I think it was 40, even that would be around 45 or 46 million at the least.
Oh, I don't think it is. 20 million. 15, 20 million.
Even that's too much for us. Even 20 million is too much for us right now.
Yeah, probably.
Unless he's available on a free.
That's
why
go so many clubs are keen for him, I think, because of that price. But then it's like, well, is it a flash in the pan, or is this guy consistent enough to? Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
We haven't really had that much luck when it comes to bringing in players from the Bundesliga, and
let's be speaking about one then.
Exactly, and now you're going for a striker who I do get has been doing incredibly well for his team in the Bundesliga, but is that someone you would want to bring in? Because look, we've already made a big gamble in Højlund. It's a very, very big gamble, and now you want to spend, even if it's 15 or 20 or 25, whatever the fee is, it is another gamble to bring in a striker who's, he's actually been doing good this season, but bringing him from the Bundesliga to a team which creates nothing, like absolutely nothing at all, and then bringing him in, expecting him to take the pressure off Højlund, and then a situation arises where Højlund isn't getting any chances, so he doesn't score goals. Guirassy is not getting chances, and he doesn't score goals either. So it doesn't really create a better situation for anyone at the club. I think even if you're going for a striker, go with someone who's actually got more experience and has been doing it for like 2, 3 or 4 years, tried and tested. So even if you pay out like 25 or 30 million, it's a decent gamble. With Guirassy, it's like a bang on bang, gamble, like just like Højlund.
Well, that leads me on to my next question, Dan. If not Guirassy or anyone else, who would you personally go for? What kind of seasonal striker does Manchester United need right now?
Yeah, at this point, I would say like we don't want a student, we need a teacher at this point, because for a striker role.
Love that line.
So Højlund, we know that we bought him for the future, at least for 5 to 6 years, and then you want to like spoil or confuse the situation by bringing in another striker of same age. So definitely both of them will not be able to play all the games, and we want Højlund at least to play 70 to 80 minutes, 80% minutes of all the games we are playing. So that's where we can build him up for the future. So and at this point, I was still hoping like we could have get in any Cavani kind of a player. So if Cavani would have been
one of your favourite players of all time who we let go, a legend of the club, Cristiano Ronaldo would have been perfect for him, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but Ronaldo will not come here to teach another player. He will be playing himself.
Oh, well, yeah, he'd probably be saying, no, mate, this is my spot. But I'm just saying, like, in general, like, the knowledge you get from a man like that who's achieved what he has and the goals that he scored, it can only rub off on you. And if you watch him in training, you're just like, oh, okay, that's why he's one of the best players ever.
Yeah, even now when I watch the Saudi games, like still he has in him like to be in the best positions whenever like seeing the.
He just has this aura about him, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You watch him, he's just got this like that kind of I love it. I absolutely love it. Like it broke my heart when he left for the second time and the first time.
I mean, some of the situations still. Some the goals which I see now, Ronaldo scoring, like he has been in the right spot at the right time. So that's what we need in the striker, even in Manchester United. But the thing again, relaying back, referring to what Shreyas has mentioned about providing the passes from the wings, and we are not providing any service from the wings. And even you buy any striker, he won't be getting any services. So the problem lies elsewhere. But yeah, definitely we need a backup striker for Højlund. Martial is not doing well. We need, like a 28 or 30 years old striker who is declining from his prime years, and he can maybe take a bench role and be a mentor for Højlund.
Yeah. I'm not going to ask you. Go on.
I was going to say, would you lads be against Timo Werner or something?
Werner is one of those strikers that I watch and he's electric and he can be dangerous on his day. But the guy can't finish his fucking dinner, man. He's He's one of them where it's like, you look at Darwin Núñez as well, he looks like exciting. But when the ball, if it lands, you get an easy chance in front of it. McTominay scored more than Darwin Núñez this season.
Yeah.
There's an £80 million striker. So I get what you're saying, and I get like stylistically as well. But I mean, we're not to teach Højlund. I'm kind of thinking he's definitely not going to score in the Premier League if Werner's teaching him. So not for me personally. Press now says Harry Potter will be better, lol, than Graham Potter. Mac One says Eddie Howe is the one we should hold out for. I don't know. I don't know. These are all, like I said, British kind of. I don't know who, manager-wise, striker-wise, does it really matter at this point? Because anyone who we bring in, any player we bring in is going to turn to shit. And any manager we bring in is going to turn to shit. That's how I feel at the minute. I just feel beaten. Tom Goldsworthy says, so with Guirassy and Højlund over 80 mil on potential, Guirassy is 27.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 27 years old is prime age, really, is what you want to kind of tailor Højlund. Because when Højlund gets to 25, he'll be 30. And you'll have that nice kind of, transitional phase there. So someone of that age would be perfect for me. Now, I was going to say, Connor, we spoke about strikers last night, so I won't dive into that conversation too much with you. The last thing I wanted to do was something interactive, which we usually do on news shows towards the end. And again, people get involved. We're going to do this quickly, okay? So try not to expand on the players too much and why you love them and who the gran is and what the favourite chocolate is. So we're going to do create a draft team, right? And you get a pick in every position, any player you want. But once you pick that player, no one else can have it. Okay?
Is it?
Yeah.
Does it have to be who we've got now, or can it be who we had as well?
So it's in the Premier League. Just Premier League. Okay, and current Prem. So you can start off at striker, winger, midfield, wherever you want. But once that player is picked, he's gone. And we're going to see who can create the best team, okay?
Yeah.
So who's your first pick in the draft, Connor?
I'm going to go Haaland.
Of course.
Let's get him out of the way, lads. Let's get him out of the way.
But then there's others that you can, I'll keep my mouth shut to let you guys go. But right, so Connor has gone for Haaland. Shreyas, you're up next.
I'll go with Rodri.
Rodri, okay. Solid shout. Dan.
Mohamed Salah.
Salah.
Boo!
Three excellent choices there, lads. All right, I've not even mentioned it, but it's going to be 4-3-3. Okay, you're on 4-3-3.
Yeah.
All right. Right, Connor, next up.
Ooh, I'm going to go Bernardo Silva.
I like it. So this is just a City team so far. It's always nice to see. Dan. Not Dan, sorry, Dan. Shreyas.
Right wing, Musa Diaby.
Diaby. Okay. Yeah.
There is no striker in the club. I'll go with Højlund.
Højlund?
Yeah.
Because there is no striker in Premier League at the top level.
Yeah. Same order, Connor.
I'm going to go Alisson in goal.
Okay, I'm going to judge which is the best team. Okay, so I'll give my honest opinion. And again, people in the chat, let us know what team you think is the best when they finally finish. Next up.
Left wing, Son.
Great choice. Excellent choice. Dan?
Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes.
At least you're getting United players in there, Dan. You're sticking, loyal to the soil he is. Ladies, if you're looking for a loyal man, Mr. Raj is right here. Connor.
So I'd go with Mo Salah, to be fair, yeah.
Nope, Dan's had Salah.
Yeah.
Salah. Trying to think, actually.
You've had so far Haaland, Silva, and Alisson. So goalkeeper. I don't know if you want Silva on the right or as a midfielder on Haaland.
I was going to say Bernardo is like in the midfield role.
Like a 10?
So he's like
midfield?
a box. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So who's the next player?
I'll say possibly trying to think of something like this. I'll go Luke Shaw, left back. I've got left back 3.
Luke Shaw.
Okay, midfield then alongside Rodri, I'd go Palinia.
On the left wing, I could have said Rashford last season, but Martinelli. I'll go with Martinelli.
I'll go with Saka, to be fair.
Getting competitive. They're getting competitive.
I'll go Botman centre back.
I've just put bottom.
Declan Rice.
Oh, very nice. Very
Oh,
nice,
oh,
Mr.
oh.
Declan Rice. I
Mm,
like it.
Lissandro.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a City United player in there. Good.
Madison.
I like it.
Odegaard. I'm like having
Yeah.
2 attacking midfielders.
I'll go.
Well, hold on, just before you pick yours, Connor. Dan has repeatedly said on this channel we can't have a midfield with 2 high pressing 8s and 1 6. And he's got Odegaard and Bruno Fernandes alongside Declan Rice.
I'm playing
We've got
FIFA.
that tactics out the window.
Playing FIFA here.
Oh. I'd probably go Kyle Walker.
Okay.
William Saliba.
Has anybody taken Trippier?
No.
Nope.
Trippier on the right back.
Another great shout. I don't know, after the last 3 games, actually, he's been fucking rinsed on that side. Like Son. And the game before that as well, he got rinsed.
Yeah.
Van Dijk.
I was about to say that.
Van Dijk. These are good teams, you know.
What have I got left?
So you have Botman, Saliba, Rodri, Paulinho, Madison, Son, Diaby.
Wing backs.
So striker, wing back, goalkeeper.
Okay, I'll go goalkeeper then. Edison.
Edison. Okay.
Ruben Diaz.
No Onana? No?
Maybe the hair, not the.
Ruben Diaz already taken? Or
No one's got Diaz.
Ruben Diaz.
Yes, very nice. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a graphic up on Instagram and see which one gets the most votes. And Treyas, you're not allowed to get all your Game of Friends vote on the Instagram.
Okay.
What? How many positions have I got left? Sorry.
Right, so you've got Haaland, Saka, Silva. Then you've got a back 4 basically. You've got Shaw, Van Dijk, Lissandro, and Walker. You've got Alisson. So you've back 5 sorted. You need midfielders and a right and a left winger. No, left winger. Sorry.
So in that midfield, I'd probably go Casido.
Say that. Okay.
I've got wing backs left and a striker.
Mm-hmm. Suspense is killing me here, Shreyas. Come on.
I'll go Gakpo.
Gakpo.
Yeah.
Estupinan is taken?
No.
Nope.
Estupinan, left back.
Estupina. I like the way you say that as well. Estupina.
I'll go Mitoma for my left side.
I'll go Timber right back.
Sound a bit happy about it, lads. He sounds like a Tory. I think I might go for a striker.
I'll go Jurian Timber right back.
Did I miss anyone? Timber, yeah?
Yeah, Timber right back.
Timber right back. We're getting there, getting close to 11. How many is that? Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Almost
10.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saliba has been taken.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I've taken him.
Yeah, sure is. Yeah.
Centre back.
You got a keeper yet? You got Edison at your shares?
Yeah.
Rafael Varane.
No Varane there.
I'll go with Varane.
Rafael Varane. Loyal to the soil, I told you. Varane. You'll still be picking Varane when he's 40 playing in Japan.
But I've seen him like a lot in Real Madrid, so I know what
Yeah.
he is.
I know, it's in your heart. It's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be going, oh no, he's out injured again.
Yeah, he'll be back for a day next year. Don't worry about it. Connor, I think is this your last player? So you've got Haaland, Silva, you got Alisson, Walker, Van Dijk, Lissandro, Shaw. Then you've got Casado, Silva, Haaland, and Mitoma. So you need Saka as well. So you need a midfielder.
What all
See,
goalkeepers have been taken? Goalkeepers.
Alisson and Edison. So the best ones.
And
I think
Varane.
I'll probably go for McAllister from Liverpool, I think.
McAllister. Okay, so that's your team complete. I mean, I'm going to have to arrange them in order because they're definitely not in order. Right, so Connor's team's complete. Who's going to be your last player to complete your team, Treyas?
Guardiola.
Gvardiol. Okay. And Dan?
I'm left with Leno, goalkeeper.
There's still
Oh.
options.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, the keeper that fucking Arsenal brought in,
Raya.
Ray has been shit for them.
Ramsdale is there.
Nick Pope.
Yeah, Nick Pope is
potentially.
there. Onana is there. Tom Heaton.
Martinez for Villa.
Yeah, Tom Heaton.
I'd rather have Martinez from Villa over. Who did you say then? Sorry.
Tom
Leno.
Heaton.
Leno. It's up to you. You pick whoever you want.
Dean Henderson.
Who's the one for Arsenal now? Is it Sanchez or
Raya
Raya.
or
Ramsdale.
Ramsdale? Oh, Sanchez is in Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Okay, then I'll go
Wonderful
with
signing.
Trez, have you put Gvardiol left back here? Or something?
Yeah, Guardiola left back.
Okay. Then your midfield is. Sorry, I'm just piecing this all together.
Yeah.
Palhinha,
Rodri and Madison.
Madison.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Diaby, Gakpo and Son.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, Dan. Who's your last pick? Oh, Vicario.
Yeah, Vicario is a very decent keeper.
Oh yeah, he's there in my FPL team also. I'll go with Vicario.
Vicario, okay. I'm just piecing yours together and then I'll come on to yours in a sec. Connor Diaz there. Estepinian is a great shout. Then you got Rice, Odegaard, Bruno. And then your front three is Salah, Højlund, Martinelli. And then Connor's, if I can run through yours, we have Alisson, great start, probably the best keeper in the league. You then have Walker at right back, again, fantastic. Van Dijk. You have, who's the other centre back? Sancho, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you had Shaw. Your midfield was Casado, McAllister, and Silva.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be tough, this. And your front three is Haaland, Saka, and Mitoma. Ooh. Right, I'll have my say on it, and then I'll let the viewers decide on social. So if you don't follow us on social, people watching this live, or you're watching it later on, make sure you go drop a vote on there because they're going to win £1 million for whoever gets it right. Or whoever has the best team, sorry. Okay. Right. I'm trying to think who's got the... I don't know. It's just tough, this. Right, let me go through them again. So, Alisson, Walker, Van Dijk, Lissandro, Shaw, Casado, McAllister, Silva, Haaland, Saka and Matoma. That back line's pretty fucking solid. Vicario, Trippier, Varane, Diaz, Estepinian, Rice, Odegaard, Bruno, Salah, Højlund, Martinelli. Yeah, that's good throughout. This is hard. Edison, Timber, Gavardio, Botman, and who was the other one? I've got Gavardio twice.
Gavardio at left back and Saliba with
Saliba,
Botman
sorry,
in centre back.
Yeah, got it. Paulinho, Rodri, and Maddison is probably the best midfield out of them. Diaby, Gakpo, and Son is then like, I don't know. This is hard. I didn't think about this bit when you make the decision.
Dan took Rice for me as well.
Yeah.
I cannot have another attacking midfielder.
That's hard. I think Connor's got the best defence. I think Shreyas has got the best midfield, and then Dan's probably got the best attack. But then his midfield's good as... I'll go with Dan. I'll go with Dan's team, I think. That's probably the best. Just because throughout, I think Vicario, Trippier, Varane, Diaz, Estepinian, Rice, Odegaard, Bruno, Salah, Højlund and Martinelli. Højlund's the only one, even though he's a United player. I feel bad for saying that. But the only one I'm like, not a league goal, but I'll take that. So no bias, lads, or no thing. Yeah, that's just the team I would pick. But it isn't up to me. It's up to you guys. So make sure you get on the Instagram. We're going to put a poll up and we're going to do the graphics of each team and let us know which team you think is the best from the Real Reds Talk draft pick. Let me know. Anything else, lads, you want to say before we head off? We've just literally hit the hour mark, which is perfect timing.
Yeah.
No?
Let's get any off in.
Fucking hell. It's going to be January, and then it'll be extended to the summer, and then it'll be next Christmas.
Yeah.
And then
it
we all won't give a
keeps going
shit about
on.
that.
Yeah.
Come on,
Crazy.
Sancho, if you're watching, save us.
Right, we'll leave it at that, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you to the lads for joining me on just giving the time, etc. And yeah, make sure you drop us a follow on socials. Members video, I'm going to do 2, I promise, this week, because I didn't do 1 last week. Been mad busy with work, so I promise 2 will drop this week over the weekend. So keep an eye out for that. Of course, we've got the daunting day on Sunday, Anfield. So there'll be a preview tomorrow for that. And then the game, obviously, pre-match build-up, post-match analysis, etc. So
No analysis.
make sure you come and join us. Maybe not analysis, depending on how much of a beating we get. So, yeah. But I will be live on TikTok and we'll be live on YouTube as well. So come and join us. Have a wonderful day. Don't work too hard. And it's the weekend tomorrow, remember. So enjoy yourselves. See you in a bit.